So, Sony is doing it again. They took the best ending Spider-Man ever had, and, well, they are about to drag it behind a corporate truck. No Way Home was a clean slate, right? Peter was finally anonymous, broke, and actually interesting. But look, the thing is, Sony cannot stand a simple story. They need content. They need a toy commercial. Crossovers aren't inherently bad. Spider-Man has a great history with the Hulk and Punisher in the comics, but No Way Home promised a grounded, lonely Peter Parker. Throwing in massive guest stars immediately undercuts that isolation. This trailer feels, well, pulled in two entirely different directions. It wants to be an intimate character study and a massive crossover event at the exact same time. So, the premise starts with a really massive logic gap. Peter has no money. He has no social security number. I mean, he has no Stark tech. Sure, Peter is a genius who can build incredible tech from dumpster diving. We know he's resourceful, but running a high-grade 3D printer in a rundown room, it feels like they might be rushing past the struggle of being completely off the grid. He even has a new custom AI assistant named EV, right? Maybe the movie will explain this beautifully, but right now I'm worried they're taking the easiest route to keep him geared up. Let's not jump to conclusions, but it's a red flag. And then there's the coffee shop scene. The trailer seems to tease a flicker of recognition from MJ. If they undo that memory wipe too quickly, it risks making the emotional sacrifice of the last movie look a bit cheap. We'll have to wait and see. Now let's talk about Bruce Banner. The trailer drops him in New York with this cryptic warning about an inhibitor. But honestly, that warning sounds like a writer doing a bad impression of science talk. It feels a bit out of place for a Spider Man story that's supposed to be focusing on Peter's new life. The Hulk feels like he's there as a giant commercial magnet. While they might have a reason for him to be there, right now this clash with Peter feels like it belongs in a completely different film. The budget did not save the visual effects. The CGI and the scorpion's mechanical tail, it looks like pre-visualization software. It has no weight. The digital double work is similarly unpolished. You can see noticeable motion blur artifacts around Spider-Man's body during the swinging shots. Look at his wrist during the scorpion fight. The mechanical web shooters are completely gone, but look at him later, fighting the ninjas in the prison. The web shooters are back. A lot of people are calling this a continuity error, but I think it's a massive clue. This movie is about his biological mutation. He is transitioning to organic webbing, and the trailer is hiding the timeline in plain sight. Comic fans are already arguing. The title Brand New Day points back to Mephisto erasing Peter's marriage in 2008. That was a widely hated reset button. Now the film seems to be grafting Sadie Sink into the margins. Leaked merchandise suggests she's playing Jean Grey, which feels like we're just stuffing unrelated characters in to see what sticks. Then add John Bernthal's Punisher. Frank and Peter have an incredible, tense dynamic in the comics, but here, the trailer gives him a bickering, almost buddy cop dynamic with Peter that feels a little off brand for the lethal killer. The defenders will tell you this is a bold adaptation of the comics, using crossovers to test Peter's morality under extreme stress. The critics know better. This is a corporate mandated mess. It is an overstuffed toy commercial designed to set up the next Marvel phase. The biological mutation plotline is definitely the wild card here. It's fascinating body horror, but I worry it might end up distracting from what should be a real character study about loneliness. Based on this trailer, Spider-Man Brand New Day looks like a tonally divided project. It risks undercutting its own emotional premise to satisfy crossover checklists, but there's still hope for the final cut. As a trailer, it gets an anticipation score of 4.3 out of 10. It has some cool ideas, but feels a bit cluttered right now. The movie wants the prestige of a character study, but it lacks the courage to turn off the corporate crossover machine. The nostalgic hype will sell tickets, but memory will sand down the cracks. Let me know what you think of this corporate autopilot. See you in the next breakdown.